Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the 157 show. Once again, my name is Jonathan. Sitting over here is Austin. Guys, first off, thank you guys so much for the support you guys have showed us. We got some great things coming up soon. A couple of videos we want to put out for you guys for what is the word I'm looking for here? Appreciation for you guys.
For our special subscribers.
Yes, all of our subscribers so far. We want to put out a special video and give you guys something interesting that we've acquired. I don't want to dive too much into it. But before we dive into the analysis for the review of week 7. I got my weeks are just flowing together.
Oh, it's already over the midpoint of the season already.
It's crazy. It's flying by.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anywho.
But before we dive into all that, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, the like button, and drop a comment below. Let us know what you guys thought about the games. In your opinion, who did what? Who did what? And let us know what you guys thought.
Yeah, and make sure to stick around. I'm gonna have a trivia question, so pop your answers in the comments below.
Trivia.
It's gonna be live for you. So.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
It's just a little,
little something.
Yeah, a little something. So make sure to stick around and drop it in the comment box below.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, comment box.
Let's start with Auburn. Let's start with Austin.
That's true. Both are true.
Both are true. Yeah. Auburn played Arkansas.
Yep, great game. To be honest with you, I think it was the best game Auburn's played all year.
It seemed very complete.
It was a very complete game. I'm gonna start talking. I'm gonna talk a lot about Bo Nix, or I'm gonna
go for it.
No, I'm gonna just discuss him a little bit, but I kind of want to start with the defense and how they really showed up. So it was a bend not break kind of defense. You saw that because I believe Arkansas reached the red zone 12 times. No.
So bend don't break defense.
Yeah, they reached the red zone 9 times out of their 12 possessions.
Okay,
but
I mean that's
it's pretty good. But they came away with hardly nothing. So Auburn had 3 fourth down stops. Perfect. They had the strip sack, which led to the 71-yard Demetrius Robertson touchdown bomb from Bo Nix, which was perfectly placed ball. A little bit underthrown, but it was catchable at least. He was able to adjust his route and his speed to get there.
Right.
So it worked out well.
Yep.
But that's offense. So defense played great. Derek Hall stepped up, had the strip sack. I was just very impressed with the team overall, and I really don't have a whole lot to say furthermore about defense.
Now, let me ask you this. I watched the game live. It was 11 o'clock game, if I remember right.
Yeah. So yeah, Auburn. Hey, let me pause you. Auburn played great for 11 a.m. kickoff.
I mean,
away 11 a.m. kickoff.
Bo Nix showed up in an away game also. So
yeah.
But I think Arkansas. I don't want to say they're a bad team. They're not a bad team. They're farther along than they have been in the last few years, for sure.
Their trajectory is way higher right now with Sam Pittman than it ever was with Chad Morris.
Yep. But again, I don't think they're a bad team. Some of the calls on like fourth down, you got a quarterback that's like 6'6", 255. He's a humongous dude, and it's 4th and 1, 4th and inches, something like that. Why do you not give the ball to him and let him try and get that 1 yard, just that little bit?
Well,
you hand it off to a small guy.
But didn't they try to another? Like a 4th and 3 or something. I think they tried on a 4th and 3, and it was a QB dive or draw, whatever you want to call it. And I think they stopped him a yard short.
See, but
I think
I just some of the call and some of the pass plays too. He threw the ball, and I'm like, dude, you could walk and get the first down. There's nobody around you.
Well, we talked about in the preview episode. We talked about how they're one dimensional, and you kind of saw that.
Yeah, their run game is bread and butter. They're bread and butter all day.
Yeah.
I don't think KJ Jefferson, I think is what his name is. I don't think he's a pocket passer at all. I don't think he's much of a passer, to be quite honest with you. And now he's had good games, against inferior competition. But the run game, I think, is their bread and butter, and Auburn, I think, shut that down for the most part.
Yeah. So Auburn played a great game. Arkansas actually outgained them. So
really?
I think they had like 460 yards, and Auburn had like 412 or ish.
I mean, they had the ball
Yeah, Auburn dominated the fourth quarter, though. They had the ball on one drive with 6.5 minutes. So anyway, defense played good. I was very happy. Special teams, not a lot going on with special teams this weekend besides a deep punt landing on the 11, and then they had the strip sack or the sack, which caused the strip sack 2 plays later, where Derek Hall got in the end zone.
Got you.
Sacked the game.
I did see that. Now that I think about it, I remember that. I
You
remember
had
seeing
the punt on the 11-yard line. I think it was actually a short punt, but it worked out well. And then because of the sack, they got back to the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're far back, and the strip sack occurred. So defense played great. Special teams was good. Moving on to offense.
Is this what you wanted to see? Defense from Auburn? Like, is this their best defensive performance of the season? Is this their peak?
No, but they're getting hot at the right time.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe for you guys, not for us.
For sure, yeah. We'll talk more about that in the next episode in the Week 8 preview. Yep. All right.
Preview, review. Like it flows off the tongue almost the same.
I have to think about it. So moving on to offense. So I got to scroll down for this one because a lot of these are kind of weird. But so Bo Nix played a great game, 21 for 26, 292 yards passing. So can't beat that. This was Bo's best game.
Yeah.
This right here was Bo's best game, and I cannot stress that enough. He looked
comfortable when I watched it. When I was watching, he looked comfortable, and I don't want to say this is right, but I feel like the competition has kind of like set a fire underneath him. You know what I mean? With Finley being at like, oh crap, I could lose my starting spot, and Finley. I mean, I think Finley's just about par with Bo Nix, so. I guess it just depends on who does better in practice that week.
Yeah, and so interesting fact about that. I was reading that the practice reps were about 60-40 leading up to this game.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think the competition is good for him.
And we've already seen...
and he's trying to play his best game, I feel like. Yeah. He's going out there, and you could tell a difference in the last couple games with the way he's playing. He feels like he's got a little fire in him now instead of just going through the motions of, all right, let me hand the ball off. All right, let me throw this out route. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a little fire underneath him, and I think it's helping him.
Yeah, we've already seen that. Brian Harson's not afraid to pull somebody.
Yep.
So if he'll do it with a quarterback,
for sure,
he'll do it with anybody in the field. Mm-hmm. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Competition every day.
Yeah. So, matter of fact, here's my notes here. So Pittman went for it on fourth down 3 different times, and he never got it. And then, if it's not working on the fourth down, so it's like, okay, what are we going to do instead of that? Let's try a field goal. I think he tried a 53-yard field goal, also missed. So you try the fourth down, doesn't work. You try the field goal, it doesn't work. You try another fourth down, it doesn't work. What do you do? You have to pick your poison and try to do something. Yeah. And he tried both. So I give him credit for that.
He's very aggressive, though. And I give him a lot of credit for it because sometimes it works out for him, sometimes it doesn't. If it works out, it's always great. If it doesn't work, it's a terrible decision. Yeah. There's no in-between on those decisions. And, I mean, to me, he's taking chances and he's being real aggressive in play calling, and I kind of like that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Now the offense did struggle rushing. I think they eclipsed over 100 yards total rushing, but the 2 running backs, Hunter and Bigsby, had like 95 yards
apiece.
No, total.
Oh, total. Oh, yeah. So they held rushing game. I mean,
the 2 primary running backs. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of their defense.
And that's fine. Like we talked about last time, if you're loading the box, it's easier to stop the run, but that's okay when you're quarterback is playing a phenomenal game.
Yep.
When he is able to, when you say, all right, we're going to stack the box, we're going to shut down your run game, and we're going to force you to pass the ball. If your quarterback can't pass the ball or struggles passing the ball, that's where you start playing behind the chains. You're having to play catch up and force throws.
Right.
Bo wasn't having to force throws. He looked comfortable. Like
receivers were catching
out there.
Receivers were catching.
Yes.
That's a big thing.
One drop pass this week. Compared to 7 or 8 last week. I think I said 9 or 10, but it was officially 7 or 8.
Solid.
Yeah, great. Receiver stepped up. Bo Nix played great. No complaints. Ward Eagle, they're getting hot at the right time. Going into a bye week.
That's good. Give them a chance to recoup.
Yeah,
and
we'll definitely
heal up a little bit.
I got some talking points about that when we do the Alabama-Tennessee video.
Okay.
Yep. Now Arkansas was never really in this one.
Yeah, I don't think they stood a chance.
Even though they took the lead right there, I don't think that they were in that. And with that, since they took the lead, that's going to be my trivia question. So, have you ever heard, and the viewers can comment below and see if you've ever heard.
Do you want me to answer it live?
Yeah. Because I just learned about this, the naming. So, what do you call the final 4 minutes of the first half and the opening 4 minutes of the second half?
You got me. I'm going to tell you, you got me. I don't even know where to start to take a guess.
Yeah, so
don't. I want that's going to be a trivia question. We'll answer it in next week's episode for the preview episode. We'll answer that question in the preview episode. Gives everyone a chance to
think about it.
Think about it.
It's a tough one, guys. You can't Google this answer.
I want to see what everyone said. Guys, comments. Make sure you answer the question, the trivia question.
So yeah. So to be clear, what do we call the final 4 minutes of the first half and the opening 4 minutes of the second half? Drop it down in the comment section below, and we'll get back with you.
Cool.
So like I said, Auburn wasn't in the game, or Arkansas wasn't in the game, even though they took that lead. The failed 2-point conversion when they were pulling it together, I think that ultimately cost them. And then you had the 6.5 minute drive where Bo Nix drove down and had a 23-yard scramble for, or maybe it was designated run play, I don't know. But he scored, and that kind of sealed the deal.
At one point, I think it was 27-14, 28-14, something like that. And I thought, maybe Arkansas had a slight chance to be able to make it a game and give them a good chance to come back. But I think at the same time, and that's when Auburn kind of took it and just ran away with it, literally and figuratively. Not necessarily running away, but they ran away with the game on the score.
Yeah, Bo Nix ran away with it to seal the deal. So I'll give you the runaway comment.
Cool.
Final note: 10 different personnel called passes, so the ball was getting spread around a lot, and that's when you see it's like, man, you're passing the ball around, so you can't double up on somebody.
Right.
So worked out well. Auburn won, getting hot at the right time. I'm happy.
Good deal. So. Coming off Auburn, we'll go into Alabama.
This one should be a little bit shorter.
Yeah, this is just total domination, I think, by Alabama. 49-9 final score. Defense has actually been playing pretty solid. The last 2 games, Mississippi State's only scored. I'm trying to remember the exact number. I want to say it was 9 because I think last year they didn't score a single point, but that very well could be wrong at the same time. I'm trying to remember the number off the top of my head. But either way, it's an outrageous point margin differential between Alabama and Mississippi State. Did I say Mississippi State the first time?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
I was kind of zoned out.
Dude, I was in the zone.
I'm not sure
I knew what I was trying to say. But
I think, let me pause. For the viewers out there, they're watching. I'm battling a real bad sinus infection right now, so I'm high.
We're lucky to even have him here right now.
It was going to be a phone call at one point. Yep. So I'm here though.
But total domination by Alabama. Bryce Young played a phenomenal game. Let me give you the stats on that. I know
he threw over like 300 yards.
Yeah, it was 348 yards, 4 touchdowns,
and he was 20 for 28.
Okay, yeah. Which is he has potential to play phenomenal like that. So I'm happy all around. We didn't necessarily eclipse 100 yards rushing, which they kind of held us a little bit. Brian Robinson.
I find that surprising with the score, but. Yeah. At the same time, going into this game, I was reading this today. Alabama was was one of the lowest teams in the SEC for going yards or plays longer than 20 yards downfield.
Yes, that was a stat last week. I said, don't quote me on it now.
Yeah, but like this week, they had 3 touchdown passes alone over 25 yards.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to get Bryce comfortable. I think a little more comfortable. He's good at home. I think he's having that Bo Nix problem early on. You know what I mean? But I think they're trying to get him a little more comfortable and give him a chance to make plays to the receivers on downfield.
Yeah.
But no, Royale Williams, he's a freshman running back, I believe it is. He was 11 carries for 78 yards, which is a solid 7.1. And then Robinson, which is the feature back, 19 carries for 73 yards, and
it's not a bad day.
It's not.
He also had the touchdown pass or the touchdown reception.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns on the game. So it was a good night. Mechie, he finally he stepped up. 7 receptions, 117 yards, and a touchdown. 4 different receivers had a touchdown. So we're spreading it around a little bit. I was happy to see Mechie get some touches, some meaningful touches. Get him some yards. Other than that, there's not much really to say because, it was just total domination on both sides. It was never in question from the get-go.
So you had 7 sacks this weekend versus 0 versus Texas A&M. You had 3 turnovers this weekend. And if I'm not mistaken, Will Anderson, linebacker,
he 4 sacks.
4 sacks,
4 sacks. First time. This is another quote that I'm going to throw out there that
I'll give it to you. 3rd player in Crimson Tide history to have 4 sacks.
And I believe Derek Thomas is one of those 3.
Sure.
I'm sure. I think Derek Thomas is one of the 3.
Yeah.
Don't call me on the other one.
Well, the other one's Will Anderson. So we got 2 of the 3 right there.
Yeah, 2 of the 3. But that's a solid. That's a man playing kid ball out there. But their quarterback was hurt early on, I believe, in the first quarter. He was kind of limited on throwing the ball. I mean, that's not necessarily an excuse. I mean, if he was hurt that bad, they should have taken him out of the game, to be honest with you. But, I mean, we played solid, good. We had some interceptions and stuff, so it's good to see. It's good to see the defense play solid. A solid performance from them. It's been questionable.
For a whole game.
Yeah, for a whole 60 minutes, intense all the way through. Yeah. And there was a good bounce back, with Texas A&M loss.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm happy. I'm
happy.
I mean, I can't complain about it because, I mean, it's a win.
It's a win.
You know what I mean?
It was a good win. It was what they needed. It was they got the ass chewing from Saban.
Yep.
They had the media talking, and they came out and they showed the Alabama brand.
Yeah. And another thing, too, they were talking about Jamison Williams on a kickoff. They said that he has a chance to take it back. And as soon as they said that, he grabbed that ball. And if it wasn't for the punter, or was it the punter or the kicker, he would have been gone. I mean, he had him by like the shoelace. And I mean, he would have been gone. And I don't know, I just thought that was pretty neat. Like, as soon as they say that, he was fixing to be gone. Had him by the shoelace, and it could have been a long, long return. But
we need to check the punter's hands for burn marks from the flames that he's producing.
Yeah,
because that Joker hauls ass.
Oh, he does. He really does. Other than that, I don't really have much to say. Other than we seen some younger guys get in there and play. It was nice to see Trey Sanders get in there and get a couple touches. He got 4. So I mean, it's nice to see him be able to come back after some of the stuff he's gone through.
Yeah, he's had a ride.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's pretty much all I got.
No, I'm good. I mean, it was a good week for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, progress is showing on both teams, and we're really getting to the meat of it now.
Yeah,
so we're gonna see where it's going.
Cool. Before we end the show, I do want to say one thing. I appeared on the Talking Vols podcast, and I'll make sure to link their channel in the description. But it was Tennessee week, for Alabama and Tennessee, obviously. But I was made a guest appearance on their show. Great group of guys. Make sure you check them out as well. I could not be happier. A couple of their guys came over and subscribed. So I was happy with that.
Yeah. Welcome to everyone that came over from the Talking Vols Network. We appreciate y'all and hope y'all stick around for our content.
Yeah, man. Thank you again. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like button, drop comments below, answer his question, his trivia question. We'll make sure to tell you the answer in the next video. But
we probably need to write that down so we don't forget.
Yeah, I'll remember.
Okay.
But thanks, guys, for tuning in. See you guys next time. Roll Tide.
And War Eagle.